Hello students, this would be the next class of your IM subject. What I have taught you in my last class is the theoretical part of your CAPM. So today we are going to do the practical part. Capital Asset Price, a theory of market equilibrium under conditions of risk, Journal of Finance, September 1964 has been improvised by Sharpe. Instead of correlating each security with an index of all securities included in the analysis, correlate each security with the efficient market value, weighted portfolio of all the risky securities in the universe. So, what CAPM does is it helps to correlate the securities. Instead of each security with an index, correlate with all the efficient securities in the universe. That is what your CAPM does. So to avoid in order to reduce the impact of risky securities, allow investors the option of investing in the risk-free asset. So CAPM basically are divided into two: capital market line and security market line. If you remember the efficient frontier, there was a graph where all the efficient portfolios are planted. That is nothing but capital market line. So capital market line shows the combination of risk and return that have the highest return for a level of risk assets. So as I said, it represents only the efficient portfolios. Now just a second, I'm going to show you the graph. If you see this line, this is a capital market line where all the efficient portfolios are planted with a level of risk and return as such. So that is nothing but a capital market line. Now we are going to do a problem on this CAPM. So it is a kind of graph originated from CAPM. A CML is used to determine the rate of return for certain efficient portfolios. These analyses depend upon the risk-free rate of return and the amount of risk involved in a particular portfolio. So it depends upon the risk-free return, how much risk-free return you're getting, and the amount of risk involved in all the portfolios as such, or a particular portfolio. So all the portfolios on the CML line are efficient portfolios, and below that line are the inefficient portfolios. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now this is the formula of capital market line. RE is equal to RF plus RM minus RF divided by standard deviation of M, standard deviation of P. RF is nothing but your risk-free return. RM is expected return on market. Standard deviation of P is expected standard deviation on market. Standard deviation of M is risk on the portfolio. Okay. Standard deviation is basically risk. Okay. So that is what. Expected standard deviation on market means the risk from the market. Standard deviation of M, risk on the portfolio overall. So this is M and this is P actually. I'm just going to write down. This is M and this is P. Standard deviation on market is standard M, standard deviation of portfolio is P. So okay, let's do a problem on this. The following portfolios are available to an investor. The portfolio return and risk: A, B and C 16%, 4%, 21, 6%, 24 and 10%. So these all are the portfolios that are available. Find out whether these portfolios are efficient or not, given that risk-free interest rate is 12% and return on market portfolio is 21% and the risk of market portfolio is 9%. So this is the question that has been given. So let's write down the entire question, the information over there. Return on A, return on A and risk on A is 4%. So let's take down this information. What I'm going to do is better I'll copy this. So let's take down the entire information. So A's returns are 16 and risk is 4. So let's write down over there. A's is 16% and risk is 4%. B's return is 21% and risk is 6%. C's return is 24% and risk is 10%. And this is what is the table. Now you have to take down the further information. Further information has been given as find out whether these portfolios are efficient or not, given that the risk-free interest rate is 12%. So the risk-free interest rate is 12%. So RF has been given as 12%. And return of market portfolio is 21%. So return on market portfolio is 21%. So RM has been given as 21% and the risk of market portfolio is 9%. So risk of market portfolio is 9%. Okay, so this is what, so risk means standard deviation signifies the risk. Okay, so whenever he says use standard deviation of risk or standard deviation or risk, you need to take it down as this symbol. So let's take down the formula. This is the formula, right? Okay, I'll write better, it would be. So again this has come. So here the formula would be RF plus RM minus RF divided by standard deviation of M into P. So let's take down that information. This is the formula. RE is equal to RF. We have to find out the return on equity of all the securities simultaneously, A, B and C. Whether they are efficient or not, that is what we need to find out. So this is the formula. So RE is nothing but we have going to take RA and RF, RB and RC simultaneously. So RF has been given as 12%. So 12% plus RM is how much? 21. So 21 minus RF is again 12 divided by standard deviation of M has been given as 9 and your standard deviation of A is 4. Okay, that is what you're going to take into 4. This is nothing but multiplication over here. So is equal to 12 plus 21 minus 12, how much it will come to? You need to take it down that 9. So here 21 minus 12 will be 9. 9 divided by 9 into 4. So it will cut and 12 plus 4 it will be 16%. Okay. Now if you check out what he said is find out whether the portfolios are efficient or not. That is what he said, right? So now what is being said is the portfolio that has an expected return of 16%. Okay, you need to compare these two, this portfolio return and return on A. Portfolio return has been given as it's like that, it's been given in the question. So what we got is also 16. So that means it is situated on CML. Okay, that is capital market line. So what is being said is portfolio has an expected return of 16% and given return is also 16%. So it is situated on CML. It is efficient portfolio. Whether it is efficient or not, he is asking, isn't it? Because we got what we have calculated is also 16 and what has been given in the question return on A is also 16. So both are equal. So that means that it's on the graph. Okay, the line that I have showed you, it is on exactly on that line. So all the portfolios which are placed on that line, it is an efficient. So here we got both of them same. So it is an efficient portfolio. So now let's find out of B. Similar, RB is equal to, RF will be same, risk free rate and will be same, and return on market also will be same, and return on standard deviation of market will same, only the risk will be changing of all the securities. Okay, so RF is again 12% plus RM is 21 minus RF is 12 divided by 9 into what is standard deviation, 6% of B. Okay, so this is what the standard deviation of B has been given and 6. That only will be changing, the remaining things will remain same. Okay, so 12% plus 9 by 9 into 6. So this will come to 18. That both will cut. So now this is above the CML. Okay, that is not an efficient portfolio. That is what the similar thing you need to write down, but it is not as an efficient portfolio. So what you're going to write down here, conclusion is portfolio B has given an expected return. We got an expected return similar thing we are going to write down what has been given. Okay, what has we have written for A, portfolio B, portfolio A has to be written over here. PF portfolio we can write down PF. Portfolio B has an expected return. We got an expected return of 18% and given return is given return is 21%. So it is not situated on CML. It is not an efficient portfolio. So now this is one part. Now we are going to find out the RC, return on C. Similar formula, 12% plus 21 minus 12 divided by 9 into 10. So here it will be 12% plus 9 by 9 into 10. So here it will be 12 plus 10. So how much it will come to? 22. Okay, so this is also not a efficient portfolio. Okay, similar thing you're going to, if it is more or less, if it is equal, it is an efficient portfolio to the returns that has been given. If it is more or less, it is not efficient as such. So portfolio C, you have to write down the conclusion. Expected return of how much we got, 22, and given return is 24%. So it is not situated on CML. It is not an efficient portfolio. This problem will be asked for 12 marks, guys. It doesn't look um, uh, it doesn't look as an long answer, but it's very easy. Your entire IM subject problems will be very simple. The only thing is you have to remember the formulas. So here also portfolio A only has the same return as an expected return, so it is an efficient portfolio. But portfolio B and C cannot continue to prevail on the stock market. So what happens, the investor would like to invest in portfolio A, which is an efficient one. The others, they are not going to invest. So they are all are inefficient portfolios, B and C. Only A portfolio is efficient. That is what you're going to give the conclusion over here also. So this is what is the question. It's simple, right? How you're going to predict this is an CML problem is, he is asking how many of them are the efficient portfolios. So what you have to do is you just need to calculate the CML and you need to give out a conclusion over there that this, if it is equal only, you have to see that after calculation they have to be equal to these values. If they are equal, that means they are efficient. If they are not equal, that means they are inefficient portfolios. So that is what you need to give out the conclusion. This is the problem what I have done. Now I want you all of you to do this problem at your in your books and all. Try it out. It's very simple. These are all the expected return are the what has been given in the question. Use this RF. This will be RM, and this will be standard deviation of P. And this will be standard deviation of A, standard deviation of B, and standard deviation of C. Just substitute them, get the values, tell me which all are the efficient portfolios and inefficient portfolios. So this is what is the problem. So I'll wind up the class over here. In my next class, I'm going to tell you about the further part, that is about the security market line. This is also very important. And what is the basic difference between capital market line and security market? Capital market, you all are familiar, the two different markets, capital market and money market. Capital market, it all deals with long-term securities, whereas old and long-term securities will be bought and sold, whereas in the money market, short-term securities and will be bought and sold. So here we are discussing about capital market theory, capital asset pricing model. So under that, all the securities which are of long-term only will be recorded. So the basic difference between capital market line and security market line is, capital market line takes into consideration the unsystematic risk which are controllable, which are internal to the company as such, whereas security market line are, it takes into consideration systematic risk of a security which are uncontrollable. Their risk has been signified with standard deviation. Here risk will be signified with beta. So this is what it is. In my next class, I'm going to explain you regarding the security market line as well. So with this, I'll wind up the class. See all of you guys. Take care. Allah Hafiz.